2026 starts in February.
It is 5:30 in the morning.
This looks so good.
I do actually find it really satisfying waking up before the sun has risen. It makes me feel really productive.
Good morning guys, happy new year and welcome to the first vlog of 2026. I realise I'm so late in saying that, but my 2026 started off kind of chaotic. I had the flu, I took the MSRA, which was an exam that I've been preparing for like 6 months. So there's been a lot of anxiety and just a lot going on in the first month of this year. I feel like I'm finally ready to embrace that fresh start feeling. So for me, 2026 starts in February. I've been thinking about the goals that I want to set for myself this year. I kind of want to tackle things differently. I want to keep it simple, but actually achieve the things that I've been trying to achieve for years. First things first, in terms of my career, I just want to get into training. Whether it's obs and gynae or GP, I just want to get into a training program, and then later in the year, I will set more career focused goals. And then in terms of personal goals, I want to travel as much as possible this year, especially before August, because I am locuming, I have the freedom with my time. When am I really going to get this opportunity again to have this much free time? So I do have some trips booked. The other thing I would love to do this year is buy a house with my fiance. We are looking, it's kind of slim pickings at the moment, but I know it's going to be a slow process and it's something that we're both really excited about. In terms of kind of health and fitness, something that I have set for myself for several years now is to lose the weight. Honestly, it's been about 5 years where I've just been completely uncomfortable in my body and unconfident, and it's something that I really want to change, and I found it really difficult. I feel like this year is the year. It's time to really just set myself the goal and actually be disciplined enough to achieve it, because I'm 27 years old. I want to look back at my 20s and think about all the things that I did and how happy I was, and not think, wow, I spent most of my 20s unhappy with how I looked and therefore not pushing myself, not wearing the things that I want to wear and doing the things that I want to do because I wasn't confident in myself physically. So I think to kick start myself into a bit more of a healthier routine, I'm going to set myself a 75-day challenge, kind of my own version of 75 hard, where for the next 75 days I just really focus on forming healthy habits and kind of focusing more on discipline to get consistent, because I do rely a lot on motivation, and when motivation fails I then just become lazy and use it as an excuse. I'm genuinely really excited. I feel like 2025 was very transitional for me. There was a lot of self-growth and kind of figuring out my self-worth, especially when it came to not getting into training first time round and figuring out how I feel about that, and kind of battling that imposter syndrome and the feeling of not being good enough, which is something I've been dealing with for my entire life. I'm extremely proud of myself throughout 2025. I've proved a lot to myself, and now I feel like 2026 is the year where it's all gonna happen. But anyway, it is Sunday today, so I'm gonna spend the rest of my day doing a big reset. I need to clean, meal prep, all of that kind of stuff. So first things first, let's go get some groceries. I think a big part of this version of 75 hard for me is going to be focusing on my diet. I've very much throughout my entire life used food as either a comfort, so if I'm having a bad day I will treat myself to a takeaway or a sweet treat, but on the other end of the spectrum, if I'm having a really good day I want to reward myself with something yummy, unhealthy usually, a little sweet treat or a takeaway again. So there's nothing really in between where like I'm consistent for more than a few days of just eating normal whole foods that I've cooked myself, that I know have good clean ingredients that are good for me. Don't get me wrong, I think it's all about balance. I don't think there's anything wrong with treating yourself every now and again, but when, for me, I come up with every excuse under the sun to treat myself every few days, there's no consistency at all in my diet. So on the menu for breakfast this week, I'm gonna make a kind of like tofu scramble to have with avocado toast or avocado bagels, something of the sort. I just got some avocados. I did get some hash browns because if I can't find any bagels or bread bread in Sainsbury's. That's gonna be like my gluten-free alternative. And then in terms of like a sweet treat, because Lord knows I am going to crave something, I really just want to get back into my Greek yogurt bowls. So for that, I just got some Greek yogurt. I got some strawberries. For lunches this week, a big part of this challenge for me is setting the goal of not buying any food from the canteen. And that's easier said than done, because once you start smelling all of the hospital food, as weird as it sounds, it makes you want to just buy from the canteen. The food is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. And I can't even say it tastes that good, but for some reason it's such a temptation for me. So I really want to make sure that I've prepped lunches this week. So I'm going to make a quinoa rocket salad. So for that I got some cucumbers, rocket, and then my choice of protein, I'm going to do these vegan gluten-free chicken pieces. One of the dinners that I'm going to make this week is going to be like a sweet chili tofu with rice kind of situation. So I'm going to do broccoli on the side, got a lot of tofu, and I also got some sesame seeds. And then the other option for dinners this week is going to be halloumi tacos. Probably not the healthiest thing, but it just sounded good to me if I'm honest. So I got a couple of things of halloumi. I picked up this sweet leaf salad, honey that I needed to stocky up on. I found this glass salad dressing maker, not an essential in the slightest, but I thought it looked really good. And then I got some bathroom soap because we had run out, and I think that's everything I picked up. Everything else that I need to pick up is going to be gluten-free. So Harry's going to come back from the library in probably a half an hour or so, and then we're going to go to Costco, we're going to pick up all of our bulk items, and then we'll stop through Sainsbury's on the way back and get my gluten-free bits. Perfect. Okay, time for grocery haul round 2. We got a massive thing of toilet rolls because we were running extremely low. Beyond Meat burgers, they're my favourite vegetarian burgers, really high in protein, and they do a really good deal at Costco, so I do like to just keep those in the freezer. The other thing I got was this gigantic bag of gluten-free granola, and then the last couple of bits I got from Sainsbury's were some corn tortillas and some bagels. Thank God I'm done with all of my outside time now, because that was a lot. I feel like I just need to sit down for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get into meal prepping everything for the week. Okay, we've got my lunch prep for tomorrow, which is just a quinoa and rocket salad, and I think I'm probably going to heat these up at work. So these are just the vegan chicken pieces. I've got leftovers to have for the next few days. Prepped my tofu scramble, and then just the rest of the leftovers for the tacos. We've got halloumi and coleslaw tacos. It is 5:30 in the morning. I am so tired, but I'm up and I'm on my way to the gym, and that is the hardest part. I'm so proud of myself. I haven't done this in so long. I'm actually kind of excited to get my workout in before work. It's just something that I know is going to make me feel so accomplished. So let's go.
Very well after you went to the gym this morning. It was very hard to get up after you got back.
Cozy hour without me.
I spread right out.
Savage.
It's not personal.
Literally the minute that I got up, you went onto my side. Not even the minute, like the millisecond.
I've only just finished. But you,
It's quite funny.
your body moves to always try and be on my side.
I like cuddles. Happy Monday, everybody. My week is honestly already off to the best start. I'm genuinely so happy and so proud of myself for just getting out of bed this morning and going straight to the gym. It's something that I used to religiously do when I was in uni. I'd have like a little 5 to 9 morning routine before my 9 to 5 of lectures, and that was my me time. If I didn't do it, if I took the extra like hour and a half of sleep, rushed to get ready and start my day, I would never feel as good as when I've just spent a couple of hours to myself to journal, work out, have a good hearty breakfast. So I feel really good, and I feel like me. I've just arrived to work. It's about 8 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna treat myself to a coffee, just take a little minute and then head to the ward. I'm currently working on gastro. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I got a long-term-ish locum on the gastro ward, which has been really nice. It's been so stable, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. One of the things people don't really talk about as locums is it's really difficult to get shifts at the moment. There are barely any locums going around. There was a month where I worked like 5 shifts, and that's just not sustainable. I have bills to pay, you know, so I needed more work. So I got really lucky that I've got this job for a couple of months. It's actually coming to an end. But yeah, that is the update for now. So let's head in. It is 5:45 and I am actually shocked that I'm up right now. I am so sore from yesterday, but I wasn't exactly gonna let myself fail this challenge on day 2. So we're up and ready to go to the gym. I think today I'm just gonna have a cardio day. I'm hoping it'll help just relax my muscles and be less stiff throughout the day. Something that's become like my favorite workout is just an incline walk. It sounds way easier than it is. Honestly, it gets such a good sweat going, and my favorite thing is that you can multitask. I actually started doing this about a year and a half ago when I was in a massive reading slump. I started reading while I was on the treadmill and it just became an obsession. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't read my book in a while. I was reading Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. With the stress of revising for my exam, I just put it down and never picked it up. It's been like a month. So I'm actually just really excited to pick up my book. It's a really good motivator to get into the gym. I'm not necessarily looking forward to my workout, but I know that I'm going to be able to spend a solid 45 minutes walking on the treadmill. I'm going to get a good sweat in and read a good portion of my book, and that sounds great to me this Tuesday morning, so let's go.
I do actually find it really satisfying waking up before the sun has risen. It makes me feel really productive, but I'm also excited to do this in a few months when it's light outside at 5 a.m.
It's 6:30 right now. I just got home and honestly I am absolutely exhausted. Gastro is a really notoriously hard job just because it's so busy and we're so understaffed at the moment. It just makes everything so much harder. I'm staying late every day, which I don't mind honestly, but it does get really exhausting, and it's cold and rainy outside. I got stuck in traffic to and from work today and I'm just craving a comfort meal, and this is where my discipline needs to come in, because I don't want to restrict myself to saying no if I feel like a warm bowl of comfort, whatever that may be, but I do want to switch my mindset to, like, instead of ordering food or making something unhealthy, like making something that is equally as yummy but also nutritious. So I saved a recipe a while ago for ramen and I fear it might actually become my new hyperfixation. It looks so good and I'm gonna make it tonight. I'm really excited about it. The reason that I liked the look of it was because they pan-fried grated tofu to add over the top of the ramen. I just thought that was such an easy way to add protein, but it looked so yummy. The one thing that puts me off tofu is the texture. Like, I really don't love the kind of soft, gooey rawness of tofu, so I'm trying to experiment with different ways of cooking it to learn to love it. So I'm just gonna grate a couple of blocks of tofu and then I'll get started on the broth. For the broth, we've got 1 tablespoon of red curry paste, 1 tablespoon of white miso, about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then we've got 1 tablespoon of what's supposed to be brown sugar, but I only have white sugar, so I'm just gonna chuck that in and hope that that's okay. And then I'm supposed to just stir this, let it thicken up, and then add an entire can of coconut milk. And that's pretty much it. It's actually so easy. It's been about 15 minutes. The tofu started to crisp up, so I've just added in a little bit of soy sauce. I'm gonna add some garlic paste and a little bit of honey because I kind of want a sort of sweet and sour vibe. This actually looks amazing. Let's do a quick taste test before I park myself on the sofa, trying to get a bite with everything on it. Oh my god, that is so good. The crispy tofu is actually such a game changer. It's such a nice texture. I do actually fear that's going to become my new hyperfixation. I'm obsessed. Good morning guys, happy Thursday. I actually have the day off work today, so I had myself a nice little lie-in. I woke up at 7:30 and I think it's really funny that that's what I count as a lie-in. I actually would have slept longer. The only reason I didn't is because I have a hospital appointment this morning at 10:30 and I really wanted to get my workout in before I left so that when I came back I could just spend this afternoon at home being productive on my computer. I have a ton of editing. This is empty. So I got my 3rd workout of the week in, and honestly I'm so happy. I'm feeling so good. I feel so motivated, and when I spend my morning in the gym and I come back, I make myself a healthy, nutritious breakfast. I just feel really good about myself. Hair is pretty much semi-dry, which is the best we're gonna get for now. I'm gonna pack my Kindle because Lord knows these things never run on time, and I gotta go because I'm gonna be late. This hospital's absolutely stunning. How long left on your chicken? It looks pretty done.
Yeah, it's still pink inside.
Is that bad or good?
Well, it depends if I want salmonella.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, happy Sunday. We're heading to our 5th and final workout for the week. I'm going to do a cardio day today.
I feel like this week has been exactly what I needed to just kickstart myself back into a healthy routine, and I genuinely already feel so much better in myself in comparison to this time last week, and that just gives me so much hope and so much confidence that 2026 is finally going to be the year that I achieve so many of the goals that I set for myself year in, year out. I feel like this 75-day challenge is also going to help keep me accountable. It's going to help me focus on discipline over motivation, and I'm genuinely just really excited going going forward. But with this new challenge has come a lot of burnout, especially on top of the Monday to Friday 9 to 5 on a busy ward. I have just felt quite exhausted. It's been a bit of a shock to the system. So yesterday ended up being a full rot day on the sofa. I didn't end up doing really anything productive. I spent my entire day just watching TV, relaxing, trying to recuperate. That means today I really do need to be productive. I'm, as per usual, behind on editing, so I think I'm just gonna sit here for the next few hours and edit. So I'm gonna end off this video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're excited for 2026 and all the content that I've got to come. If you are, then please subscribe for more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.